Well, good afternoon, basketball fans, and once again, welcome to the Auxiliary Gym. As we are getting ready for our second live stream of this Monday here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel, it's the 8th grade girls matchup between the Hicksville Aces and the visiting Lady Bulldogs of Defiance. Hi, everybody. Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television. Brian Williams here with us operating the iPad Pro camera. We're the crew tonight, bringing you the coverage. Glad to have you with us. If you just joined us, the 7th grade game went to the Lady Aces. Final score was 42-33. And we'll see if they can get a sweep here with the 8th grade gals. Quick rundown of the rosters for Defiance. We only have first initials. So number 3 is, I'll just use their last names. Number 3 is Sanford. Number 5, Leatherman. Number 10, Shaver. Number 22 is Seiler. Number 23, Manriquez. Kiesling is number 25, Dumeyer number 30, Ordway number 33, and number 34 is Killian. For the Lady Aces, number 2, McKenna Baird. Number 5 is Jennifer Krimar. Number 12 is Adeline Level. Number 22, Jocelyn Baldwin, who sometimes will get some playing time off the 7th grade roster. Number 31, Mika Inkrot. Number 34, Adeline Radford. Number 43, Mahala Stabler. And again, Devaney Mull, number 45, from the 7th grade, might see some action tonight as well. Tip controlled by the Lady Aces. Quickly to the hoop, up and no good. And the rebound comes down to Defiance. Quickly down the floor to Shaver, puts it up, no good. And the rebound battled for on the baseline. Stabler gets it out of there. She gets it to Level. Excuse me, that was Baird, rather. Shot up, no good. And we'll slow things down. So Shaver with the ball for Defiance. Cross half court, over onto the wing. That's Ordway back, and now that's Manriquez. And back to Shaver. That one's stolen away. Baird tosses it back, shot up, no good. That was Radford pulling the trigger into the hands of Manriquez. Manriquez, some ragged play, that shot up, no good. From number 22, she gets the putback though, so Seiler with the first points of the game makes it 2-0 Defiance. Baird looking for some help, gets the ball off to Inkrot. Inkrot over to Radford. Radford back to Inkrot. Shot up, and that's good for 3. Mika Inkrot makes it a 3-2 game. Shaver tosses it over to Manriquez, back to Shaver. Working around the perimeter, down low, shot up, and good again for Seiler. Aces quickly up the floor. Back into the hands of Baird. Her jumper is good. McKenna Baird with her first bucket of the night makes it a 5-4 game. Aces in the lead. Kind of an alley-oop pass. Bounce pass down to the baseline. Seiler tries to put it up again, and there'll be a whistle, and that foul's going to be on Inkrot. That'll be her first, team foul number 1, and that will put Seiler at the line for Defiance to shoot 2. Seiler's first one is good. She's got a quick 5 points. She'll get one more. We're tied at 5, by the way. And that one's no good, so it'll remain a 5-all tie, and that'll be off the hands of Dumeyer and out of bounds to the Lady Aces. Into Baird. Baird quickly up the sideline, looking for some help. Baird drives into the paint now. Another pull-up jumper. That one's good. Count it, and she'll go to the line. Team foul number 1 on the Lady Bulldogs. And McKenna Baird at the line with a chance to complete the three-point play. that one's off the back of the iron and no good. Rebound comes down to Dumeyer. Dumeyer quickly up the floor. Dumeyer down low to Seiler, and it'll go out of bounds and turn over to the Lady Aces. Inkrot will get ready to inbounds. Gets it into Baird. Baird going to be pressured a little bit by Shawver, and they'll turn it over. Seiler with the ball. Seiler driving down, having a hard time controlling the dribble. Kicks it back out to Shawver. Shawver. And that's going to be almost slapped out of bounds. Dumeyer able to track it down before it reaches the edge line. Shawver down into the corner. And that's going to be slapped out of bounds by Inkrot. Ordway will get ready to inbounds for the Lady Bulldogs. Trailing by 2, 7-5 here with 2:58 to go in our opening quarter. Seiler drives the baseline, loses the basketball, and it'll be a jump ball, and that'll go to Defiance on the possession arrow. Ordway looking around, gets the ball in, shot up. Dumeyer, count it, and she'll go to the line. Dumeyer with her first bucket of the night. She draws the foul. Team foul number 2 on the Aces. We're tied at 7. And Dumeyer at the line with a chance to give Defiance back the lead. And she does. Baird will bring the ball up now for Hicksville. Bounce pass. That's down to Radford. Radford loses the handle, gets it back. She's trapped down in the corner. Ball out of bounds. I think Radford bounced it off of the Defiance defender to maintain possession. Baird gets it back into Radford underneath the bucket, and dead ball foul, okay. So there'll be a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to Defiance. So they trail by 1, or possession arrow goes to Hicksville, trailing by 1. Baird gets the ball in. And it's taken away, and then Baird gets it right back. Their shot's no good. And here come the Lady Aces. Ordway tosses it over to Shawver. Back to Ordway. And Shawver with it at top of the key. She'll launch a 3 off the top of the superstructure. No good. Rebound comes down to Inkrot. She'll toss it over to Radford. Radford goes coast to coast, goes to put it up. Shot's no good, but she draws the foul. That'll be on number 33, I believe. Ordway will pick that one up. Team foul number 2 for Defiance. 2:04 to go in our opening quarter. It'll be Adeline Radford at the line to shoot 2. First one, no good. She'll get one more. Score remains 8-7 Defiance. That one's in and out, no good. Put back. Okay. That's 2 points for Defiance, courtesy of Defiance. So I'll have to make an odd notation for that one. I was only halfway paying attention. I don't even saw who put the ball back up. So a mental lapse on the Defiance side. The ball missed the free throw, and then one of the Defiance gals just rebounded it and put it up and in the hoop. So that's 2 points for Hicksville. That's the rule. So it's 9-8 Hicksville now. Teams will break huddle. The coach for Defiance calling a timeout after that. Sort of get everything straightened out. Into Shawver, and we're back underway. Shawver puts it up from the wing, and that's good. It'll be a long 2. That's her first bucket of the night and makes it a 10-9 game. Baird is going to get hit on the sideline there. That was number 23, Manriquez, that crashed into her. Not a foul, but out of bounds off of Defiance. They'll inbounds it to Baird. McKenna Baird on the wing. Ball knocked away from behind. And now they're going to say last touched by, I was about to say it was last touched by Defiance. Quick substitution coming out is Manriquez, and into the game is Leatherman, number 5. Inbounds to Baird. She turns around, puts it up. No good. Seiler grabs the board for the Lady Bulldogs. Tries to toss it back to Shawver. It'll go out of bounds. I think Baird touched it last, so it'll probably stay with Defiance. Minute 17 to go in quarter number 1. Inbounds to Seiler. Seiler drives in, almost loses the dribble. Seiler in some trouble, kicks it back to Shawver. Shawver, free throw line. She'll feed it across the court to Ordway. Ordway knocked loose, and here comes Baird. Baird takes her time, puts it up a little too much on it, off the rim and no good. And another jump ball called underneath the bucket, and that'll go to Defiance. With 57.9 seconds to go in our first quarter. Inbounds. Shawver. To Seiler. Seiler into the paint. Layup is good. 7 points for Seiler now. Aces with the ball, 40 seconds. Baird, and that's loose on the floor, and it's still loose. Finally under control, shot up under the hoop, no good. That was Radford that put it up and drew the foul. 12-9 Defiance. And that'll be team foul number 3 on the Lady Bulldogs. And again, it'll put Adeline Radford at the line to shoot 2. Gets the first one. Makes it a 12-10 game. She'll have one more. That one's no good. Radford gets the rebound. She'll drive down, kick it back out to Inkrot. Inkrot back to Radford from three-point land. No good. Quarter in Radford. Radford tried to kick it out to Baird. It's stolen away. And then we're going to have a reach in. That'll be on Level. So Level will get her first personal, team foul number 3. 16.1 seconds. It'll be Bulldogs ball out of bounds into Seiler. Seiler tries to put it up, no good. Seiler banging around underneath the bucket and nothing doing there. It goes out of bounds. And the ball again rolling out the doorway into the hall. They'll bring it back inside. It'll be Defiance's ball with 7.4 seconds left in the first quarter. Quick inbounds. Shawver, shot up from the wing, no good. Chased down by Leatherman, and time expires. Time expires. Radford goes down hard in that exchange. And we've reached the end of the first quarter, and after one, it's the visiting Lady Bulldogs leading the Lady Aces in this 8th grade girls game. 12-10, our first quarter score. And we've got some time here, so we'll say a thank you to one of our Diamond Level underwriting supporters, making our coverage possible here on Hicksville Community Television, and that's the Hicksville Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. Hicksville Pharmacy has a full-service pharmacy for you and your family's pharmaceutical needs. They also have medical equipment and supplies, over-the-counter medications, sundries, and more. You can stop in for greeting cards, candles, other gifts, Ohio State, Michigan, paraphernalia. They'd love to see you. And, hey, if you're interested in information about getting a COVID booster or a flu shot, you feel free to give them a call. They can get that information to you and maybe even set up an appointment for you. It's 419-542-6218. We want to thank them so very much for their continued support, the Myers family. They want to thank everybody who came by and patronized locally on Small Business Saturday this weekend, and remind you that you can continue to do that all month long. Support the small businesses, not only in Hicksville, but in all of our locally owned and operated small businesses in the region. I want to thank them so very much for their support of all of our Aces Sports broadcasts here on Hicksville Community Television, our good friends at the Hicksville Pharmacy. Again, they're your good neighbor pharmacy located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. Radford still on the bench right now. And into the game for the Aces is Jennifer Kremar. Also in the game, Devaney Mull. Inkrot right now, driving on the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds off her hands, and that'll go to the Lady Bulldogs. With 5:46 to go. Coming up the floor, Shawver. Guarded by Baird. Shawver puts up the shot, no good. Mull grabs the rebound, gets it to Baird. Baird to Inkrot. Inkrot goes to the hoop, puts it up, and draws the foul. Foul's going to be, I believe, on Manriquez. That'll be team foul number 4 on the Bulldogs, and that will send Mika Inkrot to the line to shoot 2. First shot, good. She'll have one more. And Kremar will come out, and in for her, number 43, Stabler. And that one's also good. Inkrot sinks them both and makes it a tie game, 12-all. Shawver across the midcourt stripe. Shawver down into the corner. Shawver puts it up. Too much on it. Over the top of the hoop. No good. Battle underneath. Shot up off glass and good for Dumeyer. Baird. Back to Baird. Toss it to Level. Level back to Baird. Baird now back to Inkrot. Inkrot from 1 foot on the line. Shawver grabs the rebound. 14-12. Defiance with the 2-point lead here. Ordway gets it to Killian. Killian tries to put it up, and Inkrot grabs the rebound. And Inkrot battling away underneath, and there's going to be a reach in. That'll be team foul number 5 on Defiance. Aces ball on the baseline. And some quick substitutions. Shawver will come out, and into the game for her is Leatherman. Inkrot gets the ball into Baird. Baird on the wing. Bounce pass to Inkrot. Inkrot slapped away and out of bounds. Tried to get it to Stabler. But again, Defiance slaps that ball out of bounds. Possession maintained by the Lady Aces. Baird lines up with the basketball, and it's knocked loose. Scooped up by Killian. Down the floor, Killian runs into Baird, puts it up, and Mull grabs the errant shot. She'll get it to Baird, and here come the Lady Aces. Baird to Level. Level bounces it to Inkrot. Tried to get it down to Mull. It's off her hands, and it's scooped up by Ordway. Ordway getting tangled up with Level. Team foul number 4 now for the Aces. 5 for the Bulldogs and 4 for the Aces. 3:46 to go here before halftime. Ordway. Bounce pass in. Shot up. No good. Dumeyer tries again, and she'll be fouled. That's going to be another one on Level. Team foul number 5, and that's going to put Dumeyer on the line. Her first shot is good. And Baldwin will come in to spell Level for the Aces. That one's also good for Dumeyer. 7 points for her this evening. And that's a 16-12 advantage now for the Lady Bulldogs. Mull battles to the hoop, puts it up, and gets the roll. 2 points for Mull, makes it a 16-14 game. Ordway down in the wing, and that's going to be a push off on, that's a quick foul on Baldwin. Team foul number 6 now for the Lady Aces. 3:13 to go. So next, the foul committed by Hicksville will put Defiance into the bonus. And we'll have a bunch of substitutions here into the game. Number 25, that's Kiesling. Seiler back out on the floor for Defiance. And Shawver as well. Shawver to Seiler. Seiler guarded by Mull, and the ball taken away. Mull gets the ball back to Baird. Baird, as we go under 3 minutes. Baird to Mull. Mull drives down on the wing, and ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Defiance. 2:53 to go. Aces retain possession. They'll get ready to inbounds underneath the basket. See what they set up. Mull from the corner, off the iron and no good, and Mull gets it again. And now she'll get it to Baldwin. Baldwin to Inkrot. Inkrot puts it up and off the glass, off the iron and no good. And then a tie-up between Shawver and Mull. And the possession arrow points to Defiance. 2:41 to go. Long inbounds pass to Manriquez. Manriquez to Seiler. Seiler on the baseline, being waylaid a little bit, and that's Mull ripping it out of there, and that's going to be another jump ball. Mull is not shy about going for the basketball, and that this time the possession arrow points to the Aces. Inbounds to Baird. 2:29 to go. Hicksville with the ball, and they're trail by 2, 16-14. Baird kicks it back to Inkrot. Inkrot goes baseline, and it goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Aces ball. Defiance fans didn't like that call. Baird inbounds. Back to Baird. Turn around, puts it up from the corner, no good. Put back, that's no good. That'll be a foul, though. Inkrot took the shot. And that's going to be on number 10. And that'll be team foul number 6 on the Lady Bulldogs. So they're only one foul away from putting the Aces in the bonus now. And it'll be Incred at the line to shoot 2. Short. Missed everything. She'll get one more. 2:11 to go before halftime. Aces trail by 2. One free throw left for Mika Inkrot. And that one's also no good. Rebound comes down to Ordway. Ordway. And that'll be on Mull. That'll be team foul number 7, and that will put the Lady Bulldogs in the bonus. So we'll go down, and it'll be Ordway at the line to shoot 1+1. With 2:07 left in the half. Ordway misses the front end, and the rebound comes down to Hicksville. Baird spinning around, gets a little help. Mull puts it up, and that's off the back of the iron, no good. Mull will track it down again. Mull, baseline, and they'll wave that one off, but it will be a foul. It'll be a 1-and-1, so that should put Devaney Mull at the line. Oh, okay. So that was an offensive foul. I thought it was against Mull, but Mull committed it. So, shot up, no good. Baird quickly down the other way, and Baird travels. Minute 41, the score remains 16-14. Defiance getting a little ragged here near the end of the half. Inbounds. And Seiler with the ball up on the wing. Seiler dribbles into the paint, and the ball's ripped loose. Inkrot comes up with it with a minute 32. She gets it to Baird. Baird across the timeline. Minute 25. Aces again down by 2. Baldwin from the free throw line. Her jumper's up, no good. Ball loose on the floor, and it comes up into the hands of Kiesling. Kiesling quickly up the floor. She dribbles it off her own knee and out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off her knee, and then it bounced off of Baird and then went out of bounds, so it'll stay blue ball. With a minute 9 to go. Quick inbounds to Seiler. Seiler in some trouble, puts it up off glass, no good. Mull grabs the rebound and flips it over to Baird. So it'll be under a minute now before halftime. Inkrot to Mull. Mull drives the baseline. And they're going to say that she dribbled the ball on the baseline, and that'll be another turnover, and it'll go back to the Lady Bulldogs. They'll get the ball in to Manriquez. Manriquez to Seiler. Seiler drives straight to the hoop, puts it up underneath the basket, bounces off the bottom of the iron. Rebound Aces. Baird with it now. She'll wait for the rest of the team to catch up. Inkrot over to Mull. Mull puts up the jumper, no good. Inkrot grabs the rebound. She'll back it out. Baird from three-point land. Got it! Timeout on the floor. Baird sinks the 3 and gives the Aces back the lead 17-16 with 27.2 seconds left to go in the half. Again, the Lady Bulldogs are in the bonus, and the Lady Aces are 1 away. If the Bulldogs commit a foul in the next 27.2 seconds, then Hicksville will go into the bonus as well. Quick 30-second timeout, so they'll get ready to break huddle and head back out onto the floor. And get to halftime, and I'll be ready to stand up for a little bit. We'll keep talking and everything, but need to stand up and stretch a little bit here. All right. Defiance ball. 27.2 inbounds to Manriquez. Quickly to Seiler. Seiler heads right to the baseline, puts it up, blocked. Baldwin. And Baldwin runs into number 23, Manriquez. And that will be on Manriquez, so that will put the Lady Aces into the bonus. And that's going to put Jocelyn Baldwin at the line to shoot 1 and 1. 20.1 seconds. Baldwin misses the front end. Put back, that's no good. And saved on the baseline by Manriquez. Comes into the hands of Ordway. Ordway takes it up the floor over to Seiler. Seiler underneath the bucket with 6 seconds, gets the hoop. Long shot, and nothing doing. And that is the end of the first half of play. So after the first 12 minutes, it's the visiting Defiance Bulldogs leading the homestanding Lady Aces by 1 point, 18-17, our halftime score. I'm going to do some quick additions here so we can pass along some unofficial scoring in just a bit. All right. And then I'm going to take another hydration break. Hits the spot. Well, once again, we've reached halftime, and at the intermission, it's the Defiance Bulldogs leading the Lady Aces by 1 point, 18-17, the halftime score. Well, here at the half, we do want to say thank you to some more of our underwriting supporters making our coverage possible from the Auxiliary Gymnasium this Monday evening. Want to say a big thank you to APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio, located in Hicksville's Industrial Park, a world-class facility offering robotic packing and palleting solutions, powder coating, welding, and lots more. And again, looking to add to their roster, so to speak. They have positions available. It'd be a great thing if you're looking for a new career, a second career, to add to the skills you already have. They'd love to hear from you. You can get a complete listing of all of the opportunities they have available at APT Manufacturing by going to their website, www.aptmfg.com/careers. You can get a complete listing of all the opportunities that they have available, as well as fill out an application, upload your resume. They'd love to hear from you, and we are so grateful to have them as, again, one of our diamond-level underwriting supporters. They underwrite all of our Aces sports coverage here on Hicksville Community Television. Tony Niswander and the whole gang at APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio, and online at www.aptmfg.com/careers. And we also want to say a big thank you to Subway of Hicksville. Subway of Hicksville, our gold-level underwriting supporter, underwriting all of our Aces basketball coverage for the 2022-2023 basketball season. Subway of Hicksville, where you can eat fresh and refresh, and they remind you to download the mobile app to your device so you can take advantage of ordering in advance. They can have your food ready for you when you get there, curbside pickup, and lots more. Want to thank them so very much for their support of our basketball broadcast. Subway of Hicksville, where Al and the gang say go Aces, and they are proud sponsors of the Subway of Hicksville and Hicksville Community Television, the Subway Player of the Game award we hand out at the end of each varsity broadcast that we do for both boys and girls here on Hicksville Community Television. So once again, about 6.5 minutes before we get the third quarter underway, Bill and Brian, glad to have you here with us at the Auxiliary Gymnasium. like I said, I'm gonna stand up here for a bit. You can't see me. I'm not on camera, which is just as well. But no, don't do that. Don't do that. Again, hoping all of you had a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and we're ready to hunker down and get the job done between now and the end of the year holidays. So, I'm blanking out a little bit. There we go. All right. Moving stuff around. And in case you are just joining us, this is, of course, the second of 2 live streams that we've got for you here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. Earlier, we did the 7th grade game. That one went to the Lady Aces as they defeated Defiance 42-33. What a game Devaney Mull had with like 20. I had her unofficially for 25 points in that 7th grade game. And, of course, here in the 8th grade game, taking a look at the unofficial scoring right now. Let's see, for the Lady Aces, who are on the short end of the scoreboard right now, 18-17. It breaks down like this. Adeline Radford had a free throw for 1 point. We had Devaney Mull with a bucket for 2. Mika Inkrot had a 3-pointer and a couple of free throws for 5. And McKenna Baird with a couple of field goals and a 3-point field goal as well for 7 points unofficially. And I think it was number 22, Seiler, for Defiance, but I'm not for sure because it was one of those things you don't expect it to happen. But one of the Defiance players also put in a bucket for the Lady Aces. So there are 2 extra points. You know, if you were totaling up the scores I just gave you, that only adds up to 15, and that is correct because there are 2 extra points that belong to the Lady Aces courtesy of the Defiance Bulldogs. So with that, then over on the other side of the coin, for Defiance, they had Shaver with a bucket for 2 points. Dumeyer had 2 buckets and 3 free throws for 7. And Seiler with 4 buckets and a free throw for 9. And that adds up to 18. So we should be good. So I think I got it all correct. Just under 4 minutes to go, and also want to let you know, looking ahead on our broadcast schedule for the week, we do have, I wonder what's going on here. Are you hitting the, I don't know. All right, whatever. My headset microphone keeps blanking out. I don't know whether the one of the cords in our sound box is a little loose. I haven't been able to find it to tighten it up yet, and I may just be calling in the technician to fix it. But every now and then, if one of the cords gets bumped or whatever, the headphones blank out temporarily. So that's what was happening, if you're wondering what's going on. So what was I saying? As we move through the remainder of this week, after we get done with the broadcast here tonight, we've got our next basketball live stream coming your way. That will be happening on Tuesday evening. And that will be JV and varsity girls basketball action from the main gymnasium, as the Lady Aces are going to be entertaining Patrick Henry on a Tuesday night. And then we also have boys junior high basketball action against Stryker. That'll be coming up on Thursday back here in the auxiliary gym with the 7th and 8th grade boys playing. That'll be our first time covering them for the 2022-2023 season. And again, that will get underway just a little before 5 o'clock with the pregame for the 7th grade matchup in that one. So, yeah, we've got junior high girls tonight, high school girls tomorrow, and then junior high boys on Thursday. Don't have the boys for a while yet, but we got more high school boys coverage coming up as well as we head through December. Like I said, I've been working on the schedule. We got lots of basketball coverage coming up for the final month of the year, as well as some fun holiday programming that we're going to be bringing to you as well here on Hicksville Community Television. So looking forward to that. Have to give Chris Warner a hard time tomorrow. He's not with us tonight because he volunteered to work tonight at the Christmas cruise through over at the fairgrounds. So I don't know I hope they don't have him out there directing traffic, but I think he's working on one of the gates or whatever. So I don't have a problem with him not being here. He's helping out the community and volunteering for that great event that goes on through, well, actually, it's every night all the way through until Christmas Eve night. And he picked a good night for it. It's not raining, not too cold. So I hope he has a good time tonight. We'll get the rundown from him if we get a chance tomorrow. And don't forget, too, coming up on Wednesday, it'll be our weekly live update at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where I'll fill you in on what we've been up to, what's coming up, and take a look ahead and community announcements and all that sort of stuff as well. So, yep, should be not too bad of a week, but we'll be keeping busy here at Hicksville Community Television. As again, we start counting down and stretching out towards the end of the year holidays. Just as long as the end of the year cold weather and the snow and the ice and everything hold off until, well, if it were up to me, it would hold off until like Easter. you know, I remember my late mom always used to say, it could snow on Christmas Eve so we could have a white Christmas and then melt, and then that's it. She'd be perfectly happy with that. All right. That buzzer marks the end of the halftime intermission. We'll put 6 minutes on the clock and get ready to get quarter number 3 underway. Again, if you are just joining us, welcome. Bill and Brian calling the action for you here at the Auxiliary Gymnasium. And as we get ready to get the third quarter underway, again, our halftime score, it's the visiting Lady Bulldogs of Defiance leading the Lady Aces 18-17, and Defiance with the ball to start the third quarter. Indeed, we are underway. Shawver puts the ball up, no good. Inkrot grabs the board, kicks it over to Baird. Baird waits a second to clear things out, and Baird brings it up, gets across midcourt, bounce pass to Inkrot on the wing. Inkrot drives baseline and falls down. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Defiance's ball. Inkrot lost her footing there, went down, the ball went out of bounds. So inbounds, Sanford, number 3 in the game for the Lady Bulldogs to start the second half. Down to the corner to her shot up, no good. And a foul, Dumeyer working on the rebound. And that will be on the floor. So team foul number 1 on the Lady Aces. And out of bounds to Defiance on the baseline. Shawver gets the ball, doesn't waste much time. One dribble, puts it up, puts it down. Shawver with her second hoop of the game to make it 20-17. And the ball bounced off of Inkrot's foot and comes back to Sanford. Sanford to Shawver. Shawver will put it up again and get another one. 2 quick buckets for Shawver. And a quick timeout for the Lady Aces as they put 4 unanswered in the first 45 seconds of the third quarter to take a 5-point lead. And Defiance coach happy, and the Hicksville coach not. So quick timeout for the Aces. Going to try to get things resituated here. You don't want to start the third quarter, especially if you're only down by a point, by letting the other team get on a hot streak and go on a run and put a bunch of points on the board. It's sort of like stating the obvious, I know. Brian's over there going, yeah, you are stating the obvious. So it looks like this is going to be a full 1-minute timeout. So the first horn sounds. Lady Aces hopefully get themselves resituated. And here come the Lady Bulldogs. We'll get ready to get back into action here. Like I said, we haven't even played a minute. We're 40 or 55 seconds in to the third quarter. It'll be Defiance's ball when play resumes here. Inkrot will get ready to inbounds. Baird standing by. And she stepped over the line. And we're going to have another quick substitution. Coming out will be Stabler and Mull into the game. Radford back out on the floor as well after banging her knee a little bit earlier in the game. Quick inbounds to Ordway. Her shot up, no good. Rebound to Inkrot. Or that was Dumeyer, excuse me, number 30. Inkrot gets it to Radford. Radford now down to Mull. Back to Inkrot. Shot up off the glass, no good. Dumeyer with the rebound. She'll toss it over to Shawver. Shawver puts it up from just inside the three-point arc, no good. Radford quickly up the floor. Radford into a triple team, but she double dribbles. She held up and spun around and hit the ball with both hands. 4:32. No change in the score. Still 22-17 Defiance. Shawver with the ball for the Lady Bulldogs. Wearing the blue and white road jerseys tonight. Ordway. All across court to Leatherman. Her shot out of bounds. Misses everything. It'll be Ace's ball. Inbounds to Mull. Over to Baird. Baird into a double team. Some full court pressure to Mull. Mull quickly down to Level. Level. And that'll be knocked out of bounds by Shawver. It'll be Ace's ball on the sideline. 4:07 to go. Baldwin gets the inbound, turns around, puts it up, no good, and Shawver grabs it for the Lady Bulldogs. Shawver going to stop. Tosses it over to Ordway. Ordway back to Shawver, now over to Leatherman. And Level knocks it across, and that'll be another timeout called. So lots of stuff going on the benches as both coaches calling early timeouts. 3:48 to go here in quarter number 3. And again, the Lady Bulldogs leading the Aces here in this 8th grade girls game, 22-17. Hey, let's take some time to say a big thank you to our platinum level underwriting supporter here at Hicksville Community Television, ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio on Industrial Drive, a world-class facility. You can find out more about the many solutions that they have, and stuff they do out there is really, really amazing. You can find out more about the many solutions they have for business and industry. Check them out online at www.arcsolinc.com, arcsolinc.com. We want to thank them so very much for their support in 2022. Platinum level supporter underwrites all of our operations, everything we do at Hicksville Community Television. Can't tell you how much we appreciate them. We thank them so very much. Again, our platinum level underwriting supporter, ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio, located on Hicksville's Industrial Drive and online at www.arcsolinc.com. Back in action out of the timeout. Shawver inside, over to Ordway on the wing. Back to Shawver. Shawver to Ordway. Ordway tosses it over, and it's almost picked off by Inkrot, but it goes right into the hands of Shawver. She'll put it up off the glass, no good. Baird comes down, clears the rebound, and she's going to get, they're going to call it a jump ball. Okay, they were all over her, but it will be a jump ball, or... Okay, they're going to say they consulted. Jump ball. And that'll make it Ace's ball on the possession arrow. Inkrot powers it in to Mull. Maybe a little too hot. Mull gets it under control. Baldwin into a double team and into some trouble. Or Baird, into a double team and into some trouble. And a quick timeout called by the Aces bench. So sooner or later, we're going to get below 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So we've had a lot of timeouts here. in the first half of this quarter. No change in the score. It's still 22-17. The only thing that's different is now the possession arrow favors the Bulldogs. 3:15 to go here. Quick timeout again. Baird had the ball. She was double teamed and she was trapped against the sideline. So rather than turn the ball over, the Aces coach calls the timeout. Bulldogs break their huddle first. Here come the Lady Aces. They'll have the ball. Side court. Inkrot getting ready to handle the inbounds chores. Baird standing by to get the ball. She does. And we're back in action. Baird looking things over to Inkrot on the wing. Inkrot. In and out, no good. Ball winds up in the hands of Shawver, and she'll bring it back the other way for the Lady Bulldogs. Shawver, alley-oop pass, and it's bounced loose, and it's still loose on the floor. Comes up into the hands of Killian. Killian trying to back her way in for a shot, no good. Inkrot grabs the rebound, gets it off to Baird. Baird's going to hold up for just a second to clear everybody around her and be able to bring the ball across the timeline. Bounce past Inkrot on the wing. She's going to try for another three. That one will be off the back of the iron and no good. Slapped out of bounds. It'll be Defiance ball. Quick change in personnel as they'll shuffle things around. Sanford back in for the Lady Bulldogs. Also Manriquez. Ordway will bring the ball up to Sanford. Killian tries to put it up. Again, blocked by Mull. Mull tried to get it over to Inkrot. She wasn't paying attention. Back into the hands of Mull again, and again picked off by Ordway.
Take care of the ball.
Manriquez getting it in to Dumeyer. Back to Ordway from the wing, no good. Mull gets the rebound. Mull to Baird. Baird dealing with the pressure again. Gets it up the side court. Now heads back over to the middle. Inkrot on the wing. She'll drive down baseline, puts it up, and gets it to go. First bucket of the second half for the Aces right there. 22-19 now with 1:30 left to go in the third quarter. Dumeyer down low to Killian, and she'll be fouled. Killian will be at the line. That'll be team foul number 2 on the Lady Aces. 2-shot foul. 22-19. Defiance in the lead. Killian's first one off the front of the iron and no good. She'll have one more. Dumeyer will step out and Seiler will come back in for Defiance. One more shot for Killian. And that one's no good too. And that'll be Ace's ball. Inbounds to Baird. Baird to Inkrot. Inkrot and back to Baird. Wanted a travel call, but they didn't get it. Baird having some problems. Gets it to Inkrot, or not to Inkrot, that's to Radford. Foul is going to be on Manriquez. That'll be team foul number 1 on the Defiance squad. She'll go out and Leatherman back in. Inkrot gets the inbounds. Gets it to Mull. Now Baird from the corner, no good. And that'll stay with the Lady Aces. 55 seconds to go. Defiance leading by 3, 22-19 here in this 8th grade girls junior high game. Coming to you live on HIX-TV's YouTube channel. Inbounds. Mull gets it out of there. And that's a travel. And it'll turn it back over to Defiance with 52.4 seconds. Ball inbounds to Ordway. Ordway across half court. To Leatherman on the wing. Back to Ordway, top of the key, inside to Seiler. Seiler, hook shot underneath the hoop, no good. Ball still bouncing around. Seiler puts it up again and gets it to roll that time. 2 more for Seiler, makes it 24-19. And a whistle, and that'll be a foul on Defiance. That'll be team foul number 2 on the Lady Bulldogs. Leading now by 5, 24-19. Inbounds to Baird. Baird being guarded by Ordway. Baird cross half court. And they're going to have another foul. That'll be on Ordway. And that will be team foul number 3. As the Lady Bulldogs getting aggressive here. Inbounds, that's to Radford. Shot up, no good. Killian with the rebound to Shawver. Shawver down to Seiler, and that's going to be a jump ball between Shawver and Level. And the possession arrow goes to Defiance. So Leatherman getting ready to inbounds. She'll get it in to Sanford. Toss it over to Shawver. Down low, and it's slapped away, loose on the floor, and that should be Defiance's, or excuse me, that should be Hicksville's ball, I believe. Yep. Inadvertently kicked out by Sanford. Mull, long pass, and that's the end of the third quarter. So we've played 3, and it's the Bulldogs leading the Aces here in this 8th grade girls game, 24-19. Our third quarter score as the Aces outscored 6-2 in that third quarter. Well, while we've got time, we want to say another thank you to another one of our Diamond Level Underwriting supporters, and that, of course, is the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and, of course, online at jimschmidtauto.com. As we always say, if you're in the market for a vehicle, something brand new, pre-owned, car, truck, van, or SUV, stop by, check out the great selection they have on the lots, or you can check out the entire dealer inventory online anytime at jimschmidtauto.com. Remember, it's always about service before, during, and after the sale at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Want to thank them so very much for their continued support of our Aces Sports broadcast here on Hicksville Community Television. And if you see Jim or his lovely wife or any of his employees, make sure you let them know. Because if you enjoy watching Aces basketball, they're the ones that help make it happen. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. 6 minutes to go in regulation, and the way this game's going, we might be here for an hour. I got a cold glare from my camera person. Anyhow, back into action. Aces down by 5, but Hicksville has the ball to start quarter number 4. Quick inbounds from Inkrot to Baird, and we're underway. Baird loses the ball, and it's scooped up by Seiler. Seiler running into some trouble, and Seiler traveled. So a turnover, and it'll go back to the Lady Aces with 5:48 to go. Baird with the ball. Baird gets it in to Level. Level bounce pass to Inkrot. Back to Baird. Baird working around by the free throw line. Bounce pass. Radford. Radford drives into the paint, puts it up, doesn't get the bounce. Seiler grabs the board, and it's knocked away from Seiler. It's loose on the floor. Leatherman, though, comes up with it for the Lady Aces, and it's loose on the floor again, and now we're going to have a jump ball between Baird and Sauver. Baird and Shawver, and that one is going to go to Defiance. Inbounds to Shawver. Shawver over to Sanford. Back to Shawver. Inside to Seiler. Seiler drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Sanford. Now Shawver, a long pass over to Leatherman. Leatherman puts it up, and that'll come down to Inkrot. Inkrot will get it away to Baird. Baird pulls up, stops, gets it to Inkrot. Inkrot over to Radford. Radford's going to drive down to the baseline. Almost loses the dribble, gets it back. And we're going to have a whistle finally, and I think that's going to be on Sanford. That'll be team foul number 3 on the Bulldogs. Again, on the floor, so out of bounds for the Aces with 4:40 to go. And the score remains the same, 24-19 Defiance. Inkrot, too much on it. It goes right over the hoop and out of bounds. Defiance ball. Ordway will get the ball into Shawver. Down to Sanford. Seiler. Ordway. Ordway will put it up, and it's good. A long 2 for Ordway. 26-19. Inkrot ball slapped. Picked up by Radford. Radford. And a timeout called by the Aces. So the Aces want to talk it over again. They're down by 7 now, 26-19, with 4:09 left to play in this fourth quarter. Again, Defiance has committed 4 team fouls so far in this half. The Aces have committed 2. And they don't have a thing on the scoreboard to show how many timeouts are remaining, so I have no idea. I'll let the officials take care of keeping track of all that stuff.
How many timeouts do they get? Don't know. I don't know.
They normally get 5 each. Somebody asking the question, so how many do they get? Normally they get 5 each. Each team gets 5. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, 4:07 to go. And both teams back out on the floor. And it will be Hicksville inbounding the ball rather. Baird looking for some help, gets it to Inkrot. Down into the corner. Level draws the foul from Ordway, I believe. Team foul number 5. 2 away from the bonus for the Aces. Baird. Inkrot with it now. Back to Baird. Baird, jump shot, no good. Seiler grabs the rebound. Seiler gets it over to Shawver. Shawver to Sanford. Long pass to Ordway. Ordway will kick it back out to Seiler. She'll take the long 2 from just inside the arc. No good. Level now for the Aces. Level in a triple team gets it out to Inkrot, over to Radford. Radford back to Inkrot. They'll move it around the perimeter here. Baird with it now. Back to Level. Level loses the basketball. It goes out of bounds, and it'll go to Defiance. Ordway gets it in, and that'll be an easy put up. Oh, they missed. Radford misses the bunny shot, and Shawver comes down, and then she's going to be fouled by Radford. That'll be team foul number 3 on the Aces. 3:12 left to go in this ball game. Manriquez getting ready to check back in, and Ordway will get a breather for Defiance. Manriquez gets it into Seiler. Seiler to Shawver. Shawver going to be fouled by Baird. 3:07 to go, and that'll be a 2-shot foul for Shawver. Team foul number 4 for the Aces now. I guess it's not going to be a shooting foul. Okay. That'll be on the floor, they say. So it'll be an inbounds play for Defiance. And now they're going to talk about it. So I think they got it all squared away. Okay. Sanford gets the ball inbounds, up and good for Seiler. Baird, jumper off to the side and no good. Shawver grabs the rebound quickly up the floor. And we're going to have another whistle. And that's going to be another one on Baird. So that's team foul number 5. McKenna Baird picks up a couple of quick personals. And with the 28-19 lead, that one's up, no good. And rebound comes down to Inkrot, and Inkrot's going to battle for the board. And she's going to be fouled by, I think they're going to give that one to number 10, so Shawver. Team foul number 6, inbounds to Baird. Baird quickly up the floor. Baird kicks it back to Inkrot. Inkrot for 3, no good. Loose on the floor, picked up by Sanford for Defiance. Sanford to Shawver. 2:27 and the clock rolling. Manriquez back to Shawver. Shawver down low to Seiler. Seiler guarded by Radford. Kick it back out top to Manriquez. Over to Sanford. She'll take the shot. No good. And Killian puts it back up. No good. And she'll get the whistle. She'll get the foul. That'll be team foul number 6 on the Lady Aces with 2:09 to go in the game. And that's going to put Killian at the line to shoot 2. Both teams one foul away from putting their opponent into the bonus for the balance of the game. Killian misses the first one. She'll get one more. Second shot for Killian. No good. Sanford grabs the rebound. Gets it out to Manriquez. Manriquez drives the hoop, puts up the layup, no good. And that was Radford and Seiler battling for the rebound. And that will be a foul on Defiance, on Hicksville. So that'll be team foul number 7 for the Lady Aces, and that's going to put Seiler at the line to shoot 1 and 1. And the Lady Bulldogs go into the bonus with 2 minutes and 1 second remaining in regulation. Seiler hits the front end. She'll get the bonus. One more for Seiler. Her shot gave the Bulldogs a 10-point lead, 29-19. She's got one more. Missed that one, so it remains a 10-point game. Inkrot, and that's going to be a jump ball, and that'll go to Defiance. With 1:58 left in the game. Lady Aces down by 9. They've got the basketball. Baird to Inkrot. Inkrot gets it back to Baird. Baird in some trouble, and she's going to be fouled. And that's going to be 7 on Defiance, so 1 and 1 for the Lady Aces now. They're both teams in the bonus, And McKenna Baird will be at the line to shoot 1-1. Her team down by 10. Here's an opportunity to close the gap, but the clock stopped. Baird misses the front end. Grabbed by Inkrot. Gets it over to Level. Level back to Baird. Baird to Radford. On the wing, Radford back to Baird. They'll move it around the perimeter. Shot up. Inkrot hits it. A long two. Makes it 29-21. Seiler lays it up, no good. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be Ace's ball. With 1:19 to go. Nope, I take it back. They're going to say last touched by White. Bounce pass in to Killian, who puts it up, no good. Now Seiler. Seiler lowered her shoulder. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Number 22. Team foul number 8, but again, offensive foul, which means no free throws. 29-21. Defiance leading. The Lady Aces. Hicksville gets the ball inbounds. It's too hot. It's off of Radford's hands. Shawver picks it up, gets it over to Manriquez. Back to Shawver. Shawver drives down, puts up the runner, no good. Rebound comes down to Baird. Baird quickly up the floor. Baird stops, pops from the free throw line, no good. A long carom comes out to Manriquez. She'll hand it to Seiler. Seiler up the floor. Seiler holds up, manages to get it off to Sanford. Sanford puts it up, no good, and Baird grabs the rebound. 45 seconds now, and we come back the other way. Baird down low, shot up by Radford, no good. Put back, no good. Bouncing around down there, and Killian comes up with it, and a timeout called by the Defiance Bulldogs. With 34.5 seconds left in the game. Defiance with an 8-point lead here, 29-21. Both teams in the bonus. And it should be Defiance's ball when we come out of the timeout. As it looks like this one may be a split session. Aces won the 7th grade game earlier. And right now, Lady Bulldogs are in control here in the nightcap. So, warning buzzer sounds. 34.5 seconds to go here. Both teams come back out onto the floor, and we'll get ready to wrap this one up on this Monday night. So, Bulldogs get the ball inbounds. Seiler all alone under, and that's up and good for Killian. 31-21, back to a 10-point game. Baird to Radford. Radford for three, no good, and that's off the hands of Killian. And out of bounds, it should stay with the Lady Aces with 19.4 seconds. Baird gets it in to Level, quickly over to Radford. It's deflected and lands in the hands of Shawver. Shawver with 12 seconds, with 10 now. Shawver gets it to Manriquez, over to Sanford. Sanford will throw one up, and the rebound will come down to Inkrot, and that will be the ball game. Your final score, it'll be the Defiance Lady Bulldogs winners over the Lady Aces in the 8th grade game by 10, 31-21, the final score. And do some quick addition here. All right. So as we get ready to clear the gymnasium, we'll run down the unofficial scoring for the game. Again, for the Lady Aces on the short end of the scoreboard, they were led in scoring by Mika Inkrot, who had 5 in the first half and added 4 more in the second half to finish up with 9 unofficially. McKenna Baird with 7 points tonight, all of those coming, unfortunately, for the Aces in the first half. Also a free throw and 1 for Adeline Radford in the first half, and a bucket and 2 for Mull in the first half. So unfortunately, with the exception of the 4 points from Inkrot, there was no other scoring by the Lady Aces in quarters 3 and 4, and that's going to win you too many games. And we should also mention again that Defiance scored an erroneous basket and gave 2 points to the Lady Aces as well. For the winning Defiance Lady Bulldogs, they were led in scoring. Leading all scorers tonight was Seiler. Seiler with 6 field goals and a couple of free throws to finish up the night with 14 points. It was Dumeyer up next with 7 points unofficially. Shawver had 6, and 2 points each for both Ordway and Killian. So there you have it, 31-21. The Lady Bulldogs win the 8th grade game. And again, earlier tonight in the 7th grade contest, it was a 42-33 victory for the Lady Aces. So with that, we're going to get ready to wrap things up. I want to say a big thank you once again to all of our underwriters making our coverage possible here tonight. They include, of course, our platinum level underwriting supporter, ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio. Our 3 diamond level underwriting sponsors, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio. Also online, aptmfg.com/careers. And the Hicksville Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. Thanks also to our gold level underwriting supporter, the Subway of Hicksville, proud sponsors of the Subway Player of the Game Award we give out at the end of each varsity contest we cover here on HIX-TV. We also want to say a big thank you again to the Junior High Athletic Department for giving us the space, letting us be here with the live stream coverage tonight, and thanks to all of you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the live coverage right here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. Next up for us, tomorrow night it'll be girls JV and varsity basketball action from the main gymnasium as the Lady Aces will host Patrick Henry. We'll be on the air. Excuse me, Jim Seiler, myself, and I believe Chris Warner running the camera for us just a little before 6 o'clock on Tuesday night. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks again for joining us, everybody. And once again, hope you had a great, happy holiday weekend and that you're all set and ready to go for the month of December. One final time in the 8th grade game, it's the Lady Bulldogs beating the Lady Aces 31-21, the final score. For Brian Williams, operating the iPad Pro camera, I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing all of you a very good night and good sports.